After jokes explaining what got him off the Codem partnership program and remarked how the lobbies aren't really that nice for him lately, many YouTubers jumped on the Vine wagon and started making videos about Codem dying and how is it bad. And well, I made 3 video small series about what is actually bad in Call of Duty Mobile, and I will give the answer soon, like a conclusion of it, but first I just want to address some of the yappery statements that were made in the mentioned videos from various YouTubers. Oh no, USS9 was in a meta for a year, top meta, very annoying, wow. Okay, so top meta mythics, I made a video where I reviewed 2 years of meta game, and they last as the top mythics for about a year, before they are replaced by another one. Before the USS9 meta, we had BP50 meta, then very briefly we had MG42 now, that was a very unique case. And before MG42 we had the Rich and HVK top dominant seasons alongside the Odin. It was the free tap meta period, and that was slightly different from the usual mythic cost because HVK and Rich we don't have the mythics. And before we had the Grau dominance, before the Grau we had the Krieg 6 dominance, we had CBR4 dominance, we had Switchblade X9 period, Holger period, like we had various different meta seasons when the top meta gun was a new mythic, and was later replaced by another mythic. Now you can say, wow, a mythic lasting for a year as the top meta is annoying. Well, not top meta mythics like Type 19 for instance, we last longer, about a year and a half before we are replaced. Like happened now, Type 19 got replaced with the XM4, so those are a bit safer to buy. And you see, that is the point. People buy mythics, they pay actual money. And to buy mythic it costs, well, here 160 euros. To buy and max it out, a total would be 300 euros. Now 300 euros, considering that a mythic lasts as the top meta for a year, we can divide it by 12 and it will be 25 euros monthly subscription. And if it is not max, it will be around 14 euros. And well, that is actually quite expensive. And if the meta mythic lasted only half a year, for instance, it would be even more expensive. And the thing is that Codem needs you to buy draws. Not just to make some profit, but to even host the servers, to pretty much everything that you do in Codem costs Activision to hold it, to host it, to create events, to do all the artwork for battle passes, draws, whatever, we have to pay creators. And the draw, it costs to make, like art, everything. And we need to get the money back. If you are a free-to-play player, you are basically just doing nothing, no monetary contribution to the game whatsoever. So Call of Duty Mobile, we need people to buy draws. And if Meta Mythic was half a year, like I said, an idea, no one would buy those draws. Meanwhile, Mythic for a year, when I buy USS9, I know that it will be top meta, and I'll be using it for about a year. That is a different case, different scenario. It makes it seem a bit more affordable, and after it's gone from the multiplayer meta, I can just use it maybe in Battle Royale. Or maybe someday it will return, but again, in the 2 years meta video, I kind of concluded that former meta mythics we rarely return into meta, like as the top one almost never. Usually maybe in the meta comeback after some buff, but we will not be as good as we were during their prime time, that's for sure. So I mean, yeah, a mythic being top meta for a year is good. Now this next complaint that was commonly spilled by everyone, it actually ties into my videos as well. But basically, oh no, ranked is very toxic, people are using meta guns, manowar, persistence, martyrdom. Wow, I cannot just sit and enjoy game. Do you understand that there are casual modes like Big Head Blizzard that you can play if you just want to sit down after work and enjoy game? It doesn't have to be ranked. Ranked in itself, it is intended to have competition vibes, which means that if you go ranked, you sign an unwritten agreement that you will do your very best, like no one ever was, and you will do everything that you can to help your team have the victory. Because in ranked, when you win, you are gaining points. You reach legendary. Afterwards, if you're not trash and you play long enough and you have some skill, you end up in the leaderboard. There, if you win, you get higher in the leaderboard. If you lose, you immediately go lower, and you can even fall out if you keep on getting trash garbage teammates. So saying that, oh no, people are using meta, best strategies, whatever in ranked is just foolish. Another thing, Martyrdom isn't even good. I made a video where I tried it out in a few matches, and most of the time it did not explode any enemies when I was using it. Meanwhile, Flak Jacket, not only it protects you from Martyrdom, but also from Raps balls, from nades that enemies toss at you if you are playing in the OBG area, from Termite Molotov as well, Termite Manowar as well, Molotov too. So you just have to have the grid and add the Flak Jacket. Martyrdom is not even good in ranked. It is only good if you're using Persistence. Now Persistence, I'm also making a video, but it has very little value. Because those big Scostrigs, they are just way too easy to kill. FAJ destroys them. Termite Manowar destroys them. And so you have the Persistence, you spend the match being garbage, but kind of trying to farm kills with the Martyrdom and whatever gun you're using. You deploy the VTOL, I destroy it in 5 seconds. Wow, so impressive. Like, Persistence isn't good, Martyrdom isn't good. Meta weapons, I need that. This is ranked, not the big head Blizzard. So yeah, if you don't want ranked, don't play ranked. That's it. However, the jokesters mention how some players they share the account to get high in the leaderboard, and that it is absolutely foolish, I agree with. But not because it means that some person ends up in the top because 5 guys were using one account 24/7. And like, I don't really care about it. I don't care that some idiot ends up in the first place like that. Or top 100 maybe, because I don't think that the current top players they are actually sharing leaderboard, sharing accounts to get higher in the leaderboard. But well, the problem with it, if it is actually true and happens, well, I think that for some cases it has to be legit. The problem is that those 5 guys grind one account. They typically, I don't think they have skill above mediocre. And then suddenly, hey, one account is very high in the leaderboard. And that guy just makes various videos, goes on live streams on TikTok. And problem with TikTok is that most of them, they have this very worthless 4-match victory playstyle, which is basically kind of rat playstyle but just lower EQ. Where we try to camp some areas just to farm kills to get a montage or drop a nuke, again for the montage. And I just saw one on TikTok before making this video where a guy with a Holger camped in firing range into 3rd place and nuke. And like, he didn't even do any capturing or anything. That's nothing impressive, that is not good. Such clip is something I would just delete and never tell anyone that I did that, you know. But yeah, so imagine 5 guys grind one account, they all have mediocre skill and TikTok playstyle. Then others, we watch them and they are like, okay, so this guy is very high in the leaderboard, he must know what he's doing. And they try to replicate the playstyle, and so it spreads like a plague, the worsened variant of the rat playstyle. And that's just garbage. And so one of the videos that I made was about TikTokers being bad for Kodem. Other was about the idiots. So idiots are those who follow the TikTokers, like not just follow, click the button, but like try to replicate playstyles and whatever. And players who just don't play OBG. And usually they don't even get kills, they don't get OBG, nothing. Because they just don't know the main principles. Like how to play domination, how to play hardpoint, control, other modes. It is not about kills. Team Deathmatch, Frontline, yes, it is about kills. Other modes, the main goal isn't get many kills or even nuke, it is to secure the OBG areas, hold them, and then win. You can drop 5 nukes if your enemies played OBG and your team didn't, it does nothing. So yeah, idiots is a really bad problem, TikTokers is a problem. Most of the time when I see someone with a TikTok in their username, they are just ass. Like, of course, there are some that are very good, they have good OBG presence, many kills, great, amazing. So I cannot say that all of them are bad, but like 90% of them, when I see in the rank lobbies, they are just bad. And another one was the Rat playstyle. Now, Rat is basically TikToker but with more brain, and they usually go in like 3s or 4s, and they just leave the OBG for the remaining random teammates, and they hold areas, but they kind of move around with more IQ. So they are like better TikTokers, Rat players, basically. And you see, the thing is that to be a good teammate, to get OBG presence as well as a solid amount of kills, I think that getting anything above 20 name matches solid numbers, you don't need to drop nukes at all, and you can even do that on a potato device. Like before I saved up for the Red Magic phone, I played on Samsung Galaxy S10, and for about a year while I was saving up, it was super old, laggy, but I was still getting high kill MVP games where I was playing OBG. And to combat the lag, I actually learned that even though my device did not process the enemies, but they processed me. So I was just pre-firing where I expected them to appear and they would die. I would use usually guns with big mags like PP90 Bison, which was really good back in the day, and I would just start spraying bullets at the corner and enemy would jump the bullets and die. And again, potato device. Like, I did not have money, I had to save up for a new phone for about 8 months until I got enough money, and during that time, even before I started saving up, the phone was getting laggy, but I was like, maybe I should get a new phone, but it is expensive. And then I decided, okay, I will be saving up. So I think a year, maybe even more than a year, the phone wasn't ideal, but it was not a problem. So what you need to do to win, you need to know the basic principles, and you can watch my tutorials, you can watch any other YouTubers tutorials, just watch something to get more education. Like, just enter in YouTube how to play hardpoint, how to play domination. Domination for noobs, I don't know. Do not learn from TikTok montages or from TikTok lives even. Like, you shouldn't be copying bad examples of playstyle. Because that actually is bad for COD Mobile. Like I said, Idio's bad, most TikTokers bad, Rats are bad. Not mythic guns lasting a year as the top meta. Guns don't kill people, players kill people. And players who don't know what they're doing, they just contribute nothing at all. So yeah, I guess I wanted to conclude my videos and just to yap a bit about this whole situation. Like, there is nothing wrong with CODM. Nothing happened now that is very super drastic compared to CODM 1 year, 2 years, or even 3 years ago. We always had top meta. Always had the persistence. But now it is actually way easier to deal with compared to earlier because FAJ now has the extra firepower support blue perk with higher chance of stealing. Manowar got some buffs, you can also pair it with Demo Expert blue perk and just zap those vitals, everything. Easy. Martyrdom, when we have a grid perk and can have flak jacket on all loadouts, it does nothing. So how about stop whining, start using some brain. Learn how to play. Do not follow content creators blindly. Try to find the strategies that we are doing, learn what is good, what is not. Like, even ranked, it is not hard. You can do ranked after work. I only play ranked after work. Drink coffee if you need to. Exercise. I have dumbbells at home. I finish work, I do exercises, I drink coffee, I sit down. I just know the basic strategies, the routes, and I can play, like, I'm not even tired. And right now I'm making the video. It is currently 2 a.m. and 16 minutes. After the video I will take a bit of a break and play until, like, I don't know, 2 maybe, no, not 2, like 3, 4, and I will not be tired. And you just need to know what you're doing. That's it. Codem isn't dying. Nothing bad is going on. Besides the social media, I guess. Like, now I know this is just like old people talk, but social media is really bad for gaming, for anything. People post clips that are taken out of gameplay context, and you cannot really learn anything. It can be 5 guys in one account trying to flex that they know how to play while they don't. Now, I never shared my account and never will.